Mic check 1 2 1 2. It's your girl Barbara in the zoo.
Why the niggas ain't scared?
Oof, am I smiling too much? Hello, party people, what it do? So, as you can see, your girl is back with braids. All that to myself. If you don't know this by now, we have reached 353 subscribers. Guys, actually, if somebody here is an amapiano specialist, like if you have got the amapiano moves, I would love to learn how to dance that kum kum dance. Like I would die to learn. Why it's so exciting that we've reached 300 subscribers is because I started this YouTube channel with the plan and the purpose of meeting new people and making new friends beyond my social circle. Because I think a lot of the times when you're on Instagram and Twitter and all these things, you tend to forget that on the other side of the camera or on the other side of the text message post, whatever the case may be, there's an actual human being with actual feelings. I'd love to hear from every single one of you in my DMs, in my getting that thing, emails, in my emails, just chats. You know, for the bombs, get to know one another, forget what I'm saying. Like I'm so far, oh my god, let's get personal. For me, I think it's very important that we establish this relationship because I mean, if you're here, why are you here if we're not gonna have a relationship? And please, if you're gonna come here with get to know one another, I'm not here for that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about friendship. I'm talking about love. I'm talking about companionship. Okay, we're excited for us to just be one big happy family with a great... Before we get into the video, I just want to show you these pants, you guys. Look at these pants. Go, 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 go. Who's next? I also can't dance, so that's a bit pathetic. I bought them for 60 Rand on the street because if you guys know my special friend, you know that my special friend is very special. And my special friend likes to do special things like buy second-hand clothing, which is fine and special. You know? I, for one, have never been the person to like buy second, except like once in a, you know, if it's a jacket, I hear you. But if it's like pants, skipa, shoes, must be with that. Until one day, he was like, I'm gonna go get like this guy, he's selling like Levi jeans for like 60 Rand and whatever. And I was like, okay, I'll drop you off there. But in my mind, I was just like, I'll drop you off, whatever, go do like your weird things. We got there and this man had proper, actual Levi jeans. Thrift stores, it's not even a shop. Put again, you know those places. Like when you're driving on the streets, right? And then there's like heaps and heaps and heaps of clothing, but like it looks like clothing that was stolen, like super mad shady things. And I'm like, so you can't be serious. Those definitely not where you traditionals. But nonetheless, you know, because I'm a good child of God and stuff, and I understand and appreciate people for who they are. I was like, alright, cool, bet, let's do this. So I'm just standing there, minding my own business, and he like going through the heaps of clothes, and I'm like, oh, you so disgusting, my god. I ended up being the one who fell in love with all the thrift clothing store things that he had there. I think his name is Malume Sylvester. He's such a cool man. He even offered me a drink. He was like, oh, you look so tense. Let me offer you something to drink. What you want? Orange juice, Coke, what you need? I'm like, you get drinks in the store? Don't be stingy. Allow me to flourish too. Do let me know how you guys are doing in the comment section down below. I'd really love to know. I think for me, this lockdown was very much needed. If this lockdown hadn't come around, mentally and emotionally, I don't know where I would have been. Me crying never fun. Yeah, academically it's been I think first year was a bit of the ghetto. Like, so for those of you that don't know, I'm doing my second year in mechanical engineering. for now. And last year was my first year, obviously, kind of. I'm still in. That's not the point. Let's just focus on the situation at hand. I almost got academically excluded. And if you are not very familiar with that term, academic exclusion basically means that the university says you are not passing. Get out so that you can make space for those who will pass. Remove yourself. Exit, cancel yourself from our institution. So when UP sent me that message, I was like, bruv, like, I thought we were cool and that I thought we had an understanding, you know, I thought that we were gonna try this thing again, but apparently not. So I applied nonetheless. Praise God, I got back in, but I think I had so many nervous breakdowns. Like, no one tells you this. And I mean, like, obviously people told you this when you were in high school. 10 distinctions, white blazer, everything is flying nice. And people are like, you're gonna fail, you're not gonna make it. Varsity is so tough, and you're telling yourself, like, me, never. Do you know me? Me, I had 10 distinctions. Me, I am the girl. Oh, the girl was academically excluded. Yeah, I remember the first test week, like, I cried my eyeballs out because I had no idea how I spent 2 weeks studying for a test. When in high school, I used to study the night before and get a distinction, get 100%. Here, I study 2 weeks, and then I get 30%. My math semester 2, term test, the last term test, the term test where I needed something percent in order to make it. The test came back and asked me how much I got for that test. Asked me 5%. 5% for a test, a full semester test. Me, the crack, the girl. Like during test week, I didn't bath. And those who knew me, like from res, knew because I told them, like, I brushed my teeth, sure, but I wasn't gonna bath. How am I gonna bath when I'm sleep deprived, I'm hungry, and I need to study? Where am I gonna find time to bath? Are you mad? Are you crazy? So there's this module, very popular, it's called SWK. If you are familiar with SWK, please tell the people in the comment section down below what it feels like to be an SWK student. Thank you. I went and I studied so hard for this SWK test. I got to the test venue, I was feeling pretty confident, but as soon as the lecturer walked in with those test papers, he started handing out those test papers and I just felt my heart sink. My hands just went cold, everything went numb, and I didn't know what to do with myself. And I could feel, you know when you feel the tear is here, that lump in your throat. So I decided, you know what? I'm not gonna write this test. If I die, I die. At this point, I'm dead. As I'm sitting there were just so many thoughts going through my mind, like, you're not gonna make it. You fail all the time. What's gonna be different this time? And I know it was the devil, I know it was you, Satan. And if you're watching this, I'm coming for you. There's so many thoughts rolling in my mind, and I was like, you know what? It's fine. I'm not doing this. I am leaving. I am done. I am done with school. I am done with everything about this degree. So I packed my things up and I left. Did people look at me like I'm crazy? Sure, they did. Did people as I walked away? Yes, they did. Did I care? No, because I just wanted to go and eat a burger from Springbok and sleep. So as I'm walking from the lecture hall to my room, there's just so many thoughts going on in my mind, and I remember, like, it was like scripture. Crazy enough, it was a Bible verses going through my mind as I'm walking. God is just like, I've got good plans for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you. All things work out for the good of those who love God. Jesus loves you. I'm so mad, like, leave me alone. And I got to my room, and when I got to my room, I expected to find my roommate there, so I could tell her, like, dude, I don't know what to do, la 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 la, you know, just vent and air it out. And when I opened the door, she wasn't there. Did I not just mentally and emotionally, I just wasn't in the right space because of everything that was going on, all the failure, all the thoughts of disappointing my parents, all the thoughts of disappointing my teachers, all the people that used to look up to me in high school. Like, there's just so much happening in my head at that moment. And at some point, things just had to stop being about other people. Imagine you doing SWK every day of your life for the rest of your life. And if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I'm a big ass Jesus girl. And so once my relationship with God went from a surface level, I attend church, I'm a Christian, I love people, to me actually spending time with God, reading my Bible, praying, journaling, all these crazy things that I do, I found myself in a position where I was more grounded and more rooted and more able to take control of the situation. Yes, I still ended up with that academic exclusion situation at my feet, but I think if that academic exclusion had to happen to me before I had established peace in my heart and peace in my mind, I would have proper died. Like I would have died. I don't know how I would have made it through. So academic exclusion happened, but I was so at peace. I was still laughing, still living my best life, still grateful. You know, as you spend time with God and He speaks to you and He reveals all these things to you, it's like He'll speak promises into your life. And for me, it was like, okay, now I have all of these promises of God. God says that, you know, He's gonna use me use my academics as a testimony. He's gonna use what happened to me as a testimony. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, what do you mean? How you got a testimony? Because now I'm gonna finish my degree a year later than I needed to finish it. A year later than I needed to finish it. God, how is this part of your plan? Fast forward to January. I was at church one day and the pastor was speaking about, this is gonna be the year of restoration. God is gonna restore 7 times over what the enemy stole from you. And I'm thinking, woo, amen, amen. But in my mind, I'm just like, how you gonna restore this situation? And then Corona happened. And in my mind, it's like, what the hell? like things just can't get worse, minus everything that's going on in my personal life. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that last week was engineering week, which means it was shoots. It was shoots. And I mean, I wrote those tests and I had determined already, because remember, now we're in lockdown. Nobody's watching me. So I fully have the opportunity to cheat. So like, it's like, God, is this you? Is this you giving me an opportunity to sit with my notes open while I write the exam, Lord? I see you. I see you moving and work. So I had determined, like, okay, if I'm going to do things God's way and if I'm going to get God's promise out of everything that I'm doing, then surely I need to do everything God's way, right? So I'm like, okay, cool, babes. I'm not going to cheat. I'm not going to do things in a weird, shady manner. And so I took my tests. I studied for them as usual. I did everything that I needed to do. And when the result of the test came back, y'all, when I opened my ClickUp, I had 72%. Do you know 72%? Have you ever seen 72% in your life? Like this pandemic is exactly what I needed in order to get my academic situation turned around. I'm not forced to go to lectures whenever they want me to go to lectures anymore. I can go to lectures whenever I want. I can go to lectures in my bed. I can go to my lectures on the toilet. I can go to my lectures in the kitchen. I can do whatever I want. And I mean, not neglecting the fact that we have more time than ever to spend time with God. And I think that's what I'm most grateful for, is that now I can get proper direction. I don't have to rush out of my quiet time. I don't have to, read the Bible schema because I'm just trying to get a word real quick, but I can actually build a relationship with God. Because that was so difficult, just so simple to solve, but it's just because I didn't ask God. And not that I didn't ask Him, I didn't spend enough time with Him to hear about it from Him. Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie, like, spending time with God can be the ghetto. Like, spending time with God, and don't get me wrong, can be the ghetto in the sense that, like, you don't know where to start. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, oh, maybe you do know where to start. Like, for me, when lockdown started, I told myself, like, I'm gonna be a prayer warrior. I'm gonna be a man of God. I am going in. I'm gonna see God face to face. And none of that happened. Like, I think God mised me for a good 3 weeks, and I was just like, how much me, God, how can you mise me? But it was so simple, and it was so clear, and it was sitting right in front of me. The video wasn't supposed to turn out like this, but it is what it is. So I don't know who this is for, but I'm just happy, man. Ek is great. Nonetheless, I would love to let you into the faith part of my life, just how I overcame all that silence from God. Yeah, other than that, there's nothing pretty serious. I'm hoping to be able to upload twice a week from now on, and I'm also hoping to be able to upload more frequently and more weekly and not bi-weekly. Not disappear as much from the YouTube YOLIS and Instagram and stuff. So if you have any suggestions, if you have any comments, if you have any statements, if you have anything to say that no one else would let you say, I'm giving you a platform, babes. Go ahead and say what's on your mind. Love to see it. Love to see you. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
The comment of the week goes to... Okay, kids, we can go to sleep now.